Hey, it's Anissa Cortbawi again. Today we're going to be cooking up a beat. I'm going to walk you through the whole process of how I make my beats, setting up the project file, finding a good loop that works for me, then fleshing it out. So, composition basically, and just structuring it, and then finally mixing it, rough mix at least just to get the dynamic range in a good place where it's not all over the place if anyone listens to it somewhere on their phone or in their car. And yeah, so basically making a sample beat, as you would call it. First things first, I've got Ableton loaded up. I'm going to start off with maybe some chords. Usually that gets me going. BPM, like let's say hip hop ish, maybe 85, 90, somewhere in that range. Let's go 90. And let that click away while we think of something or try something. That's pretty cool. I think we'll start with that. I like that. Try to slightly quantize this. I don't want to put it on the grid using quantize. I can just nudge it slightly till it visually looks like it's pretty much in place. And that should be good enough for that. Maybe a nice bass line over that. This is sounding mellow. Do with that as you may. I think we'll change it first, actually, before we drop a bass in. Maybe try a different sound. I think I have something in mind here, if I can find it. There we go. It's a housey, very house sounding thing happening. Basic sign. There we go. We can just take the lower note here, which is the way I played the chords. It's just going to be the root note at the bottom here. Copy that, add a track, and drop it in. Let's see how this sounds. Very subby. Give it some high end with the distort here. I think I might actually cut out some lows. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Pretty good. I think we can rock with that. Could use a bit of a bump in the BPM as well. It's a bit slow. Most basic garage beat possible. I think we'll drop that in there though. See what kind of kits I can throw on this. I mean, there's something going on. It's not bad. There's a lot. There's a lot. The more options you have, the easier it is to get like overwhelmed with how to continue, what to do next. Looking at it now, it's pretty bare bones, but it's already full. So we've got a bass, we've got the keys, and we've got drums. And the bass is holding it down. Drums is giving it rhythm. The keys, of course, obviously as well, but they're giving the melody, or like they're setting the mood at the very least. Try to add something here. Just loops, but it's pretty simple and maybe very reverby and in the back. See what we can come up with. Messed it up there, but that's okay. I'll just take this take, see if that lines up well. It's cool. This is a plate reverb, which just means it's gonna ring out for a long time. Kick that wet up way high on this. Maybe cut off some lows and also drop this an octave. I want to see how this sounds an octave lower. Yeah, I think I'll drop a guitar in there. Something that just fills in that little gap after the keys. But we'll try to do it in a tasteful way. And we'll include the melodies and remove them as needed, where the vocals should sit as well. So, let me grab a guitar. It's going to be channel 2 for that. And I'll be right back. Usually you want to look at your metering, whatever DAW you're using. Noise floor should be negligible if you've got your hand on it and it's grounded. And if you're strumming it or, just going at it, it shouldn't clip, so. It's not clipping, so we're safe. Turn this up a bit so I can hear it in context. flesh this one out a little bit. I think we'll do 2 beats just to showcase a different production style. I feel like we could add a lot more. Obviously, there's always more you can do, but less is more. And modern music and the music that's working, it either has that. I'm not saying it doesn't. A lot of side chain, a lot of stuff that's padding, like a guitar that just won't stop playing one single chord, just like wow, 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 wow the whole time in the background. Side chain to the kick or something. That is a thing that's popping up recently. So people are doing it. But for the most part, simple production is king right now. Less is more, space to breathe, and just nice rhythmic chops. I guess that's what people are going for. I'll arrange it. We'll go to step 2 now, and we'll see what we can do in terms of arrangement. It was a bit longer, and I thought it was a bit too long for the purposes of this video. So this is a very shortened, very to the point kind of arrangement. Got some cuts where the piano is. I've played the guitar first and then introduced that key thing we did and then played them together. Obviously, if there were vocals and a proper structure to this, and if I was making it into a full song, I'd include verses where there weren't any melodies playing over the vocals, or maybe something complementary to the melody of the vocals, and maybe put these into the chorus, layer stuff in the chorus so it sounds bigger, have somewhat of a more repetitive scheme with those.
2 hours later.
I will let you hear it in a second, but let's get to leveling and just a general overview of what mixing this would look like. Not going to mix it fully, but we'll just take a listen and I'll let you know what I'm looking at while it's playing. So just before we start, I'll turn this down on the master so it's not overbearing while I talk. Pretty much we're looking at the outputs here, or we can just hit tab in Ableton and view it here as well. What I want to see in all of these is somewhere sub 12 dB maybe. They will peak higher, but within context it'll make sense in a bit. So master so far is looking decent. We hit -7 at its peak. But that's with 6 dBs of gain reduction there in the end. So we're pretty close to our limit if I took that out. So keep that in mind. So that's pretty much the loudest part of the song, right? Everything is playing at the same time. You've got the most amount of signal coming in. So since the signal here is going to be the hottest, that's a good indicator of where we're sitting right now. So with -6 dB of gain, we're hitting -7.5. So we've got 1.5 dB of headroom here before we're hitting that limiter and clipping. So I'll check if I have any automation here on the gain. I don't. So we'll just select everything. We'll pick any random track and we'll bring it maybe 6 dB from where that was. I think that'll be the spot. Take that utility off of our master, give it a listen. And that's enough headroom for me to start pushing things on the master. So what I'm going to do now is throw an EQ on there and just take a look at what the graph is telling me. We'll take the information in visually and of course listen with our ears, but this should give us a good representation of what the track looks like in terms of frequency band. So where it sits, or where the heavy spots are, where there's going to be conflicting stuff, we'll listen for it and we'll look at it visually as well. This helps. Right off the bat, you can tell it's pretty nice over here. We've got a bit of a dead zone here. Not much happening over 10K. lot of subbiness from that kick, though we could probably get away with killing some of it. Maybe even more. Decent. Sure, that sounds okay. So, where there are dips and frequencies, we can push them up. Where there's a lot of oomph, put it that way, we can cut out some of those frequencies. So this gives us a bit of a more flat sounding track, which is not always a good thing. But it's a starting point. So, and I like how it sounds auditorily. It's good. This thing here is a compressor. If you don't know what a compressor does, if you don't know what an EQ does, it raises or drops the gain of certain frequency bands, and you can have you can have it be surgical and target only a few, like 10, 20 hertz range, a little block there, or you can have it just raising a good chunk, like 5,000 hertz of frequencies there. Like I'm doing on the high end. So this is between 10K and 20K, and we were pretty much playing with 10,000 hertz of frequencies here. Doesn't matter too much. You go based off what you hear, mainly. Compressors, what they do is they take the quiet part of the songs and they make them sound like they're louder by crunching down the louder parts of the song. Good analogy for this is maybe, let's see, I'm trying to think here. You know, we've all had this thing in the bachelor days, and when you're in your dorm room at college or wherever, maybe in your bedroom, you don't want to change the trash bag. See, there's a lot of trash already in the bag, and the lid is starting to pop off, or if it's got a swivel lid, one of those swivel lids, then you can't stuff in anymore, stuff any trash. So what you do is you pop the top off and you compress it, right? And that just gives you more headroom to add more stuff, basically. So a compressor does that as its first function. It's going to crunch the top of whatever signal is coming through. So the higher the gain, the harsher the compression hits. And it's measured in dBs of reduction, decibels of reduction, and this is what that meter here is showing us. It can also boost the signal pre or post compression. So in this case, we're going to add some gain, and we can see how much gain we're taking and how much gain we're adding. So I'm going to go ahead and save this just in case we don't lose anything, in case this happens. It's called a test. Anyways, yeah, so we can see it visually, see what's happening here with the compressor. You see I'm compressing those frequencies, and if I remove that gain reduction, it's going to go higher than it was hitting, right? So you don't want to go higher than 5 to 7 dB. On a master track, you don't want to go higher than 3 to 5 maybe. It's going to be very clear to the ear that you're compressing stuff, and sometimes it's done for artistic reasons, and that's fine. But if you're doing drums in a certain genre, maybe you can hit 7 to 10. But yeah, for our purposes, I'll keep it here. Nice little sweet spot. It's just taming all the harsh hits there. And then we'll add some gain just to push this further. And the final thing we're going to add here, and this is pretty basic mixing. We're not, just played with the levels here, added our effects. We went to the master track, and we're just adding some safety harnesses, basically. If you can compare this to solo climbing a mountain, and then you just add a hook every couple of meters that you climb or whatever. You add a hook just for safety. This is just for safety, We don't want this clipping, because once the track clips and export, then it's done. You fell. Okay, so it's looking good. That's pretty much done. It's not going to be the loudest track by any means. For measuring this in LUFS, LUFS, it's going to be pretty quiet. All right. So because we're barely grazing the compression and the limiting on this, so it's still a very dynamic track. We're only hitting the limiter momentarily at the loudest part of the song. If I play it over here, you can see the gain, or even in the not in the intro, but if you hear it here, when the guitar comes in with the full drum set. We haven't hit the limiter yet, and that's a pretty loud portion of the song. What I'm doing this for is to retain that dynamic quality, because then later if we do add vocals to it, and if I want to add more instruments and work on this project, I'm going to want that headroom in the future. And what I'll do if I work on the same project again is I'll just delete all of this, because what this is doing is making it louder at this point. And this is before. And this is after. So a good 8 dB there, increase in on our master. So yeah, it's going to make a big difference. So if I do work on this again, production-wise, I will turn these off, do what I need to do, and then come back here and tweak everything. But for export, this is pretty much ready. So that's beat 1. Let's go ahead and check out what we can muster up for beat 2, see what we come up with. Pretty rushed, but it'll do. I would have doubled this in length, maybe this as well, and of course given it a...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Let's go ahead and start a new track. Sure, we'll save this one again. This time, I think we'll go for something different. Different kind of production. There's a lot of MIDI in that, which is not bad, it doesn't matter much. Sample libraries have gotten really good, and people can barely tell the difference at this point, depending on the instrument, of course. And we're not really doing something very specific, genre specific, or geographically specific for people to be able to tell the difference that well. So yeah, let's try sampling for this one. So, let's see. Do I have any samples? Just gonna try to find what key this is in real quick. F sharp minor. That's our key. That's our bass line. Let's see what we can do. I think I'll just straight up go into drums for this one. It needs like a little boom, boom. I don't know. Let's make a drum rack. Maybe a rim. Yeah, okay. Basics for now. No need to complicate with perks and stuff. I will add some, I think, but see what we have so far. That delay is gonna be the death of me, but we're making it work. Alright, so it's something. This is pretty loud though. I'm liking where this is going so far. So I don't know what it is with this rim. It's not hitting. It's probably a better one. Let's see. Maybe. 808s or bass? It's just a bit slow. I think we can do better. Just got another sample. That's from the same sample, but it's just a second cut. It's another chop. This one seems to be in a different key, so I'm gonna try to figure out what key this is in, or what notes are being played at least, and try to match it to the sample we're working on, so we can get to arranging this one. So yeah, let me grab the guitar and I'll be right back. I've transferred it to its own track and copied the effects from this one. I'll just match these settings as well. And I think we'll give this one a vinyl sound. Really lean into the dirtiness of this sample. Okay, I think I'll copy this into here, move this over here, take this one out. Just so we can save some space and time. And I think it'll hit harder when it comes in, as long as this transition is okay. So pretty hard, but some more TLC wouldn't hurt. Added some delay over there in the end, and it ramps up through automation. And I also automated this spin down effect from the vinyl. So this is gonna spin down right here. And that's going to give us this sound. And that along with the kick. And it hits hard when the main sample comes in now. Pretty dark, so I'm gonna say go ahead and mix this one real quick and we'll listen to this beat as well. And yeah, catch you in a sec. Let's go ahead and listen to this beat, see what we've got. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nice and simple, to the point. If you enjoyed this process, we can do a fleshed out version of one of these songs, maybe add lyrics to that and release it, etc. I do have other work, other things that I'm going to be doing soon, so there's going to be a lot more stuff to deal with other than mixing, mastering, and fleshing out songs. So I'll bring you along for that, of course, in chapter 4. But I think that's going to be it for chapter 3. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. If this is something that you enjoy watching and want to continue seeing more of, or if you want me to do something else, you can go ahead and suggest that as well. And yeah, this is pretty much going to be a scheduled thing, I hope. Trying to stay consistent and drop something every Sunday. Taking it on as a challenge for myself to do that. But hopefully I can be consistent with that and keep it up. So look out for the next video, chapter 4. I've got a surprise coming up on for that next week. But that's going to be it for today. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification icon if you want to be kept up to date when I do release. But now that you know the day, you can look out for it as well. Appreciate you, and good night. Peace.